Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter. Hello, my beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Today is Friday, September the 13th, 2024, and I am your host of Goldilocks Global Banking News, your #1 source of global facts on the RVGCR, brought to you daily by Goldilocks. And today I had my morning discussions with Goldilocks. And I must tell you, it's very profound and prophetic. This month, September, if you all remember, the late prophet Clement prophesied about what was to happen in September. Goldilocks is sharing that we're beginning to see his prophecy come to pass. Clement, that is. There is something that's going to happen to the US dollar that Clement said was going to happen many years ago. And we see it. The markets are showing it. I'm not going to belabor this anymore. We're going to jump right into it so that you are totally aware of what's happening so you can prepare yourself. Grayscale has developed a trust using XRP, allowing accredited investors the ability to gain exposure to the digital asset that powers the XRP ledger. This is XRP. The XRP ledger is a peer-to-peer network that facilitates cross-border financial transactions. What is a cross-border transaction, folks? When you have dinar and you're looking to exchange that dinar for US dollars, that's a cross-border transaction. Why? Because you're talking about two different currencies that are located on two different borders. Therefore, that is a cross-border financial transaction. If you have the dong and you're looking to exchange it for US dollar, those are currencies and countries that are on two different borders. That's a cross-border transaction. Any currency that you hold of a different country, of a foreign country, and you're exchanging it, it's a cross-border transaction. So the XRP ledger is a peer-to-peer network that facilitates cross-border financial transactions. A currency exchange, ladies and gentlemen, is a cross-border transaction. XRP is a digital asset that can be used for rapid cross-border transactions. That means rapid, meaning instant exchanges, instant transactions, whether it's billions in dollars where a country is exchanging goods and services and billions and trillions of dollars. It's done rapidly on the XRP ledger. Grayscale is a leading crypto asset manager. Grayscale XRP Trust is a closed-end investment opportunity that provides exposure to XRP. This is for major institutions, ladies and gentlemen, not us as individuals. A closed-end funds are a type of investment company whose shares are traded in the open market like a stock or ETF, which is an exchange-traded fund. Yesterday's historical launch sparked speculation that it could lead to an exchange-traded fund. A trust can become an exchange-traded fund with the regulatory approvals of the SEC, which is the Securities and Exchange Commission, and the CFTC, which is the Commodities Future Trade Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, the currencies that we hold, whether it's dong, dinar, bolivar, doesn't matter what currency you hold, US dollars, they're registered under the Securities and Exchange Commission, and the commodities of every country, such as gold, silver, and others, will back our currencies under the Commodities Future Trade Commission. Are you connecting these dots? The benefits of exchange traded funds include: one, diversification, which a major entity, financial entity, institution, or country can diversify their portfolios. Also, low cost transactions, flexibility of trading, whereby investors can react rapidly and very flexible in the markets. Tax efficiency. This is for investors, folks. Don't think of yourself as an individual just yet. Another benefit is transparency. This is something huge and very profound, because the quantum financial system, the basis of it is transparency. Recently with Iraq, here in the U.S., in their meetings with the U.S. Treasury and Federal Reserve, they emphasized the importance of transparency. The quantum financial regarding transparency is key, because this transparency is how we're able to exchange our currencies, and it be very transparent on both sides of the transaction to assure that there is no manipulation, there's nothing happening nefarious, but everything is transparent. Also, regarding the XRP exchange traded fund, the benefits: liquidity, meaning cash flow, money, moolah, dinero, moving into the markets very heavily, because investors will pump the markets with a ton of money. Liquidity. The flexibility, ladies and gentlemen, of a Ripple exchange traded fund will expand the use and the purpose of utilizing this digital asset as a liquidity coin, as a means to pump the markets with dollars. It will expand into traditional assets, allowing them to be tokenized. What are traditional assets? Gold, silver, precious metals, commodities. This will pump the money into the market to back and to pump up. Look at the fact that gold has reached an all-time high just yesterday. Why? Because of the liquidity, the money being pumped into our traditional assets, such as precious metals. And this allows them, the precious metals, to be tokenized inside the new Ripple exchange traded fund on the digital asset based trading system, which we call the quantum financial system. And don't forget, back in April of this year, when it comes to Ripple, yes, Iraq went live with Ripple partner Temenos. And other countries around the world are prepared and in preparation mode for what is happening leading up to the quantum financial system. Goldilocks continues by saying, if you are noticing that most sectors of the market are now being transitioned digitally, you would be right. Just like Iraq announced several months ago that their banking system has been digitized and licensed. Goldilocks continues, it is important to note that we still have stable coins, an international payment system, global regulations, and a real value on gold to complete the process of our new quantum financial system. No coincidence, ladies and gentlemen, that gold reached an all-time high yesterday, last month, even the month before. Are you noticing the value of gold continuing to rise? Moving into the new quantum financial system, this new digital system? Are you not surprised? Because it will be gold that backs our currencies and allow us to exchange and obtain this wealth that is coming before us. Now we are in September, and Clement prophesied, and Goldilocks shares a quote. Clement said many years ago, For God says, beginning in September, I will turn everything around, and my people shall see an intervention of a kind that they have never seen before, saith the Lord. End quote. Ladies and gentlemen, when the Fed cuts interest rates at the next FOMC meeting in 5 days, which is the Federal Open Markets Committee, word is on the trading platforms that a massive amount of dollars will be sold. Goldilocks is sharing some inside information because also Goldilocks shared with this massive amount of dollars being sold, that means there's a massive amount of dollars that will move out of the markets. Goldilocks shared the amount in excess of a certain dollar amount that will move out of the global markets, but I will not share that amount on an open recorded line. It is more zeros than you can count. Goldilocks continues that the dollar is about to go into a secular or a bear market. This means that the dollar will be on a long-term trend downward. There is a word that is going around the markets, the international markets now pertaining to the U.S. financial market. The word rhymes with hash or bash. If you are in a car accident, it can be that C word that begins with the letter C and rhymes with hash or bash. This is the downward trend that Goldilocks is referring to. What this means for countries trading with the U.S. will have a profound impact. It will give breathing room for the price of currencies or the values of currencies around the world to grow based on supply and demand of goods and services bought and sold with the U.S. You may ask, why is this? Well, you must realize that the U.S. dollar has been the world's reserve currency. It's been the currency that most countries use for trade around the world, using the U.S. dollar. But we're moving into this new digital quantum financial system. There's some changes. The U.S. dollar will no longer be in the front row and controlling the global markets. It'll begin to take a back seat. See, folks, as long as the U.S. dollar has been the majority currency around the world, other countries and their currencies could never move to their real values. They've been grossly devalued because the U.S. dollar has been grossly inflated, overvalued, therefore choking the value of other currencies, choking the value of the dinar, the dong, the real, the peso, whatever currency around the world, you name it. Because the U.S. dollar was the dominant used currency, those other currencies were taking a back seat. Because now we are seeing the downtrend coming with the U.S. dollar, those other currencies can begin to take their rightful place in the global markets. Goldilocks continues by saying, some have referred to this as a leveling of the playing field. It just means that currencies around the world will have the ability to trade with the dollar utilizing their own currencies instead. In return, this will begin the gradual climb over time in trading with the U.S., authentic rates taking place from prices trading upwards with each other until an equilibrium between those currencies are truly found. See, there's a cause and effect, which you all have heard of in our human existence. There's a cause and effect in the financial world as well. With the U.S. dollar moving downward, that's a cause. A huge cause. What's the effect? Other currencies around the world can begin to take their rightful place and begin to move into their real values. Also, with interest rates being cut, that affects and pushes the dollar down. It also pushes the value of gold and other precious metals up. And we are seeing that, as we've said, where gold reached an all-time high yesterday. What's going to back our currencies? What's going to back the US dollar? Gold. What's going to back the dinar, the dong, and every currency around the world? Gold. How will those currencies, the currencies that we hold, how will they move through the quantum financial system in a digital manner? XRP via Ripple that I mentioned a few minutes ago. It is XRP that will move gold and will move silver. It will move other commodities in the quantum financial system to back our currencies, to allow us and enable us to exchange our currencies and have stable values. Clement, I do not want to leave you without making sure I hit this home for you in the prophecy that Clement had for September. We are seeing this September is what he was talking about. We didn't see it last September or the one before or the September before that. Clement the prophet left us very early in his lifetime, but he left us with some key valuable information for September that we are now beginning to see take shape and take form. Folks, this is not a time to be afraid. It's actually a time to begin to celebrate. As the US dollar, and we see it's projected that the Fed will cut these interest rates coming very soon. It's expected that the dollar will begin to, again, drastically move down. Do not think of doom and gloom. There's a plan. The plan is precious metals. The plan is these digital assets. The plan is the quantum financial system. That will be the saving grace for us as we transition and we move up, not only in the value of assets, not only in the value of currencies, but think of it as an ascension in the values of currencies. Think of it also as an ascension within ourselves as human beings as we move up into the light, away from the dark, away from the dark devaluation and manipulation of assets and currencies, and the ascension and the moving up process of those currencies and ourselves as human beings. It's not going to be overnight, but it will be an eventual amazing occasion when that time comes. Watch as the markets begin to move over the next several months. This is where having an exit strategy to exchange at a certain amount that you may be comfortable with will begin to help change your life in a drastic way. Again, stay grounded as these changes begin to happen. There's several things that, as Goldilocks mentioned, must still occur to get to that point. But we watch, we wait, and enjoy the moment as we begin to see these processes begin to take shape. The regulations, the payment systems, the real value on gold, the stable coins, moving into the quantum financial system. This is the ascension process. September looks like it's the beginning of that process. Let's wait it out. Folks, I share this with unconditional love. We love you. We appreciate you. Be kind. Be well. Stay grounded. Stay in the light. Be in unconditional love. Take care. Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.